You think you're the smart one in the house? Cute! While you're stressing over emails and burning your toast, your cat is out here detecting danger, predicting weather disasters, spotting invisible forces, and low-key saving lives, all while pretending to be asleep on the couch. They pick up on things we can't see, smell, or even imagine. And half the time, we're too busy looking for the TV remote to notice. Your cat is way more connected to the world than you ever imagined. Spoiler alert. By the end of this, you'll be giving them even more treats, and maybe asking them for life advice too. Number 1. Your cat is basically a furry doctor. Sure, we're the ones doing all the heavy lifting, filling food bowls, scooping litter like it's an Olympic event. But believe it or not, your cat is quietly paying you back. And no, not with rent money. Cats have a superpower that goes way beyond their adorable faces. They can sniff out trouble. Literally. Their noses are like high-tech chemical detectors, picking up the tiniest changes in the air, including the secret signals your body sends out when something's wrong. You might not even notice it yourself, but your cat? They're on it faster than you can say tuna. When they sense that you're not feeling your best, cats often shift into full-on nurse mode. Some will stick to you like furry glue, purring like little engines and curling up by your side, while others keep a serious watch from nearby. Kind of like little bodyguards, but with more fur and less intimidation. And sometimes they go full superhero. Take Billy, a 7-year-old rescue cat from the UK. In August 2022, Billy's human, Sam Felstead, had a heart attack while she was sleeping. As her body started to shut down, Billy didn't just sit there thinking, weird. Nope. He jumped right onto her chest, pawed at her frantically, and meowed like a tiny furry alarm clock from the emergency room. Thanks to Billy's stubborn wake-up call, Sam realized something was wrong and called for help. Doctors later said that if she had stayed asleep, things could have gotten really bad. So next time your cat starts meowing like they're auditioning for a rock band at 2 a.m., maybe double-check that you're feeling okay first, just in case your little hero is trying to save the day. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe, give it a like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 2. Your cat has a built-in people radar. Ever notice how your cat can go from Zen master to ninja in half a second when a certain someone walks into the room? 1 minute they're napping like a fluffy angel, and the next, bam! Wide eyes, stiff tail, and a disappearing act worthy of Houdini. You might think they're just being their dramatic feline selves, but there's often more to the story. Cats are like little detectives with fur. They notice every tiny shift that most humans completely miss. Things like the way a person moves, the pitch of their voice, even their scent. While we humans are busy nodding along to polite small talk, your cat is backstage judging the entire vibe. So, even if someone seems nice and smiles a lot, if their body language, energy, or smell throws up a red flag for your cat, they'll let you know, usually by hiding under the couch like it's the apocalypse. And sometimes, your cat's sixth sense turns out to be spot on. There have been real cases where people who seemed totally fine to everyone else were actually not so great behind closed doors, especially toward animals. Cats, bless their whiskers, often pick up on that way before we do. Since they can't exactly file a complaint or send a text, they use dramatic hissing, hiding, or just giving someone the ultimate cold shoulder. Of course, not every side-eye from your cat means the person is pure evil. Sometimes cats just have personal preferences, like how some people can't stand pineapple on pizza. But if your normally chill kitty gets weird around the same person over and over, it might be a little cosmic hint worth noticing. Bottom line, if your cat doesn't vibe with someone, it's not just feline drama. It might be a furry little warning siren. Trust your gut and your cat's instincts. They're rarely wrong. Number 3. Your cat could be your tiny, fluffy security system. Even the slightest change in the air, or something way more serious, can flip a switch in your cat's brain. Suddenly, they're not just a sleepy ball of fluff anymore. They're a full-on danger-detecting machine. Take Basil, a sharp-witted tabby from Wales. One day in 2015, Basil became super interested in the gas meter. Like, suspiciously interested. He kept darting between the meter box and his human, meowing like he had urgent business to discuss. At first, his owner probably thought, how cute. He's being weird again. But when they went over to check, bam! A strong whiff of gas hit them, Turns out, there was a serious leak just waiting to turn the house into a very unfortunate fireworks show. Thanks to Basil's stubborn meowing and relentless pacing, disaster was avoided. Give that cat a medal. No more and maybe an extra treat. And Basil's not alone in the Cat Heroes Club. After the massive earthquake and tsunami in Japan in 2011, researchers found that tons of pet owners reported their cats and dogs acting super strange before the disaster. Cats, in particular, became extra vocal, jittery, or seemed to be auditioning for a role in a suspense movie. It's like they could sense the earth shifting under their paws before humans even had a clue. Science still hasn't totally figured out how they do it, because, honestly, cats love keeping some secrets. But one thing's for sure. When your cat starts acting all weird, leading you around, pacing, or yowling for no obvious reason, you should probably pay attention. Number 4. Sometimes your cat is trying to play superhero. People love saying cats are cold, selfish little divas. But let's be real. Cats can have hearts bigger than their attitude. And one brave kitty in Moscow proved it in the most unforgettable way. Picture this. It's a freezing winter morning in 2015, and everyone's hustling to work, bundled up and cranky. Suddenly, a stray cat starts weaving between people's legs, meowing like her life depends on it. Most folks just thought, "Poor thing, must want some food," and kept walking. But one kind-hearted soul decided to follow her and ended up stumbling upon a real-life miracle. There, hidden away in the cold, was a newborn baby wrapped in a blanket, completely helpless against the freezing temperatures. And guess who had stayed all night to keep the baby warm? Yep, that same little cat. She had curled her body around the child, using her own fur coat as a tiny, purring heating system. When morning came, she kicked it up a notch by trying to get human help. Thanks to her persistence, the baby was rushed to the hospital and survived. A miracle that doctors said would have been impossible without that little furry guardian's warmth. The cat, later named Masha, wasn't about to just clock out and call it a day either. She even chased after the ambulance, probably thinking, "Hey, I'm not done supervising this operation." Number 5. Your cat is basically a fluffy wee. Undersother. App long before we had weather apps screaming about 80% chances of rain, sailors had a much more adorable way of predicting storms: the ship's cat. Yep, those little seafaring mousers weren't just there to keep the rat population in check. They were also the ship's unofficial meteorologists, minus the green screens and dramatic hand gestures. And guess what? That storm-sniffing superpower didn't vanish with the age of sail. Your modern house cat still carries that ancient talent today, tucked right between their twitchy whiskers and their "I rule this house" attitude. Cats are insanely good at picking up changes in atmospheric pressure. While you're out there debating whether you need an umbrella, your cat's already figured out the whole week's forecast. Before you even hear a distant rumble of thunder, you might catch your cat acting weird, getting twitchy, hiding under the furniture, or suddenly deciding that going outside is an absolutely terrible idea. It's not magic, even if it feels like it. Cats can feel drops in air pressure and even sense the static buildup that happens before a lightning strike. So if you spot your cat belly flopping onto the ground, puffing up like a little popcorn ball, and making a mad dash indoors, don't be shocked if a storm rolls in shortly after. They're not overreacting, they're just living that elite, born, ready for bad weather lifestyle. While we're over here refreshing our weather apps like maniacs, your cat is just calmly tuning into nature's Wi-Fi, relying on instincts that have been sharpening since ancient times. Honestly, they deserve a tiny meteorologist badge. Number 6. Your cat sees the world on a secret channel. You know that moment when your cat freezes like they just spotted a ghost? Eyes wide, ears twitching, tail doing that slow-motion poof. And then, bam! They either bolt out of the room like it's on fire or start hissing at absolutely nothing. Congratulations, your living room has just been declared a mystery zone. Before you start Googling, "Is my house haunted?" there's actually a perfectly normal and very cool explanation. Cats are like furry, four-legged light detectors. They can pick up tiny changes in lighting that our boring human eyes totally miss. Flickering from a fluorescent bulb, a barely there reflection, a speck of light dancing across the wall, your cat sees it all. But wait, it gets even cooler. Cats can actually see ultraviolet light. Yep, their vision is like a built-in sci-fi filter. While you're staring at a blank wall, wondering why your cat looks ready to battle an invisible monster, they might be spotting patterns, glows, or movements that are completely hidden from us. Basically, they're tuned into a secret frequency that humans just don't get to be part of. It's not supernatural, but it sure feels a little spooky in the best way. So next time your cat suddenly freaks out at nothing, maybe give them a little credit. They're just seeing a whole hidden world that's been there all along. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Your support not only encourages us, but also helps other cat lovers discover our content. Don't forget to share your experiences in the comments below. And consider subscribing to the Wise Animals channel for more informative videos on understanding and caring for our feline friends. Thank you for watching, and